Hello, my name is Tracy Allen, and I want to welcome you to Cooking with Some Friends. Hello, welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. I am making a sheet pan pie times 4 actually. If you've ever been with family and nobody seems to like the same kind of pie, this is an alternative that you might want to try. You could actually use store purchased pie shells, 2 packages of those, but I just made my flaky pie crust. I made a triple batch of that, and I made my bottom layer. And the recipe originally that I found a while back, it doesn't have you do this, but I actually sectioned mine off with some more dough. And the reason I did that is because we have a combination, and I didn't want them to all bleed into each other, so I did that on purpose. So in one of my squares, in the upper left-hand square, I'm going to put apple pie filling, and I'm going to use our homemade apple pie filling, but you can use store-purchased if you want to. So I'm going to fill that quadrant with my container of apple pie filling. And apple pie seems to be one of my family's favorites. So you could actually, if you wanted to, do a couple of quadrants of the same, but then separate 2. And I do, back in the background, have the rest of my pie crust, because I'm going to use that to put tops on some of my pie quadrants. Okay, so there's my apple one. Then I want, below that, I want to do a pumpkin one. So in my bowl, I have a can of pumpkin puree. And to that, I've added 2/3 cup of evaporated milk, a half a cup of sugar, 1 egg, and a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. So I want to mix that together, and that will go in this bottom corner. And this is the one you can see why it might be a problem with it all running together. Although this is actually a little thinner than when you make a regular custard or pumpkin pie. So I'm going to put that one in that corner. And then I'm going to do a cherry one also in this bottom corner. So I have a can of cherry pie filling. And again, you can do this from scratch if you want to. It's just not going to happen tonight here. And I really like cherry pie, but most of my family would rather have apples, so this makes it so that I can actually have my own without having a whole pie to myself. Okay, and then in this upper corner, I'm going to do blackberry. You could do pecan, you can do blueberry, you can do pretty much any kind of pie filling you want to. Like I said, you could actually even go ahead and do another apple section. Was teasing my husband saying I wasn't going to do coconut cream, so he was safe. There would be no coconut in this pie. And I've got my oven preheating to 350. And for my pumpkin. So you can see how much thicker it is than regular pumpkin filling. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the oven at, like I said, at 350, and it's going to take anywhere from 55 to 65 minutes. Really what we're looking for more than anything, since the other fillings, they just need to heat through, is the pumpkin one to be set. Now I am going to, before I put this in, I'm going to go ahead, I've done some lattice, I've done some stars, I'm going to put that over the top. So I'll come back and show you how you could decorate it before you put it in the oven. Good morning and welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. We have a revival carry-in meal this evening, and I'm going to make a dessert that needs to sit in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours. So in my bowl I have, and we're making chocolate chip cookie lasagna. It's super simple. So I have powdered sugar in my bowl, about 3/4 of a cup, and 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. Now I don't know if you know it, but if you forget to take your cream cheese out, there's a couple of ways you can soften it. You can put it in sealed tightly in a Ziploc bag out of the foil, and put it in warm water for about 10 minutes, which is what I did. Or you can put it on a plate out of the foil in the microwave for about 15-second intervals until it's the softness that you need for your dessert. So I have that in here, and then I'm also going to put in some vanilla after I cream these two. About a teaspoon of vanilla. Set that out of the way. Now I want to fold in about 16 ounces of Cool Whip. So I'm going to use 2 containers that I've softened, and I have a spatula here somewhere. So I'll go grab one. There it is. So I just want to fold these in. Once I get this folded in, I'm going to put about half of this over a cookie layer. Now I have taken some, this is what makes it so simple. I've taken some soft batch cookies from the grocery store, and you can buy any brand that you like as long as they're a softer cookie. And so I have 2 different kinds that I'm going to use. And I've made a layer of those, and I've even broken some just to make sure the bottom of my 9 by 13 is covered. Okay. It's about ready. So now I want to put about half of this over the top of those cookies. And part of the reason you want this to be in your refrigerator for at least 4 hours is you want those cookies to soften up even more. The next layer is optional. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. It just adds another layer of flavor. I'm going to mix up some chocolate pudding and put a layer of that over this whipped cream topping. set that aside. So I have my 3 cups of milk and my large package of instant Jell-O pudding mix. And I just want to whisk that together until it starts to set, and that'll take a couple of minutes. Now that our pudding layer is on, we can go ahead and we're just going to repeat the process. So I'm going to take some of the soft cookies and make a layer. And again, you'll fill the holes if you need to. I just got pudding on my finger. And you could make homemade chocolate chip cookies to use for this. Just make sure they're not an overly crispy cookie. You hear the bacon sizzling in the background. I think I might like these Pillsbury cookies better than the Keebler. Swap the chocolate. Okay, then I'm going to take the rest of my Cool Whip mixture and put that over the top of my cookies. When this is all done, I'll cover it and refrigerate it for about 4 hours plus. You can do it overnight if you choose to, which is probably what I should have done, so I'm not so rushed. And then I did take some of the cookies and I actually crumbled them up, and this is part of the topping that's going to go over this. Strictly a garnish. Okay. So I'm going to take those crumbled cookies, put those all over the top. And I just took, since they're a small cookie, I just took 3 or 4 of them to crumble up. And lastly, I've got some mini chocolate chips that I'm going to just put a handful or so over. And there is our chocolate chip cookie lasagna. Thanks for joining us for this session of Cooking with Some Friends. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And find us on Facebook at Cooking with Some Friends.